Welcome into the Irn-Cru podcast. I'm your host, Danny McVeigh, for now anyway, until I'm substituted out because I have won too many more of these. But it's Super Bowl Sunday. We're definitely buzzing for it. We're all here, the crew, most of the crew anyway, and we're just looking forward to the big game. We are, we're away for kick-off, lads, but 5 hours, is my maths right?
Exactly.
5 hours to kick off. It's buzzing. We've got Kev the Eagle. Keg the Eagle here.
Go Birds!
We've got Big Scud.
All right.
And we've got Grant the Bear right here. So it's going
Propping
to
up the foot of the table.
it's going to be a wee bit of a mixed show. We're going to do a substitution halfway through. We're going to get the rest of the crew in. But lads, how are you feeling? Scud, to start with you. How are you feeling actually about this game tonight? Are you excited for it?
Really excited. Can't wait for it. Looking forward to hopefully not seeing Mahomes get beat.
Oh, really?
I want Mahomes to get beat.
Why? Do you hate him? Are you racist?
No.
I'm only kidding. I'm only kidding, buddy. No, we said, how do you think the game's going to go then? Is it going to defenses on top, offenses on
We're
top?
winning the lines, and I think the Eagles with the better lines.
So do you think it's going to be high scoring then? Do you think it's going to be the fact that the offensive lines are actually going to do a better job than the defensive lines? They're going to be able to run the ball, pass the ball?
It all depends if Mahomes stays on 2 feet. If Frederick gets that ankle, how good is it going to hold up?
We shall see. Mate, we shall see.
That is a big question.
Kev, how are you feeling, mate? Your bumhole going like this right now, twitching like a bunny's nose.
You're looking for a KC win?
No.
Are you cool? How's the hand? Steady as a rock. This one shaking a little.
I've had a couple of beers in my hand. It's steady as a rock. No, I'm feeling good. I think we're going to win. I mean, it's going to be a tough game. Kansas are a good team, but like Scott just said, I think we're better in the lines. I think in the trenches we're going to come out on top. Our O line or D line, and then the amount of weapons that we've got, including Hutz. I can't see any.
Hutz is a bit of a weapon, isn't he?
He is a weapon. He is a weapon, and Jalen, if you're listening.
Aye. 5 hours before kick-off Super Bowl. How's the boys in Scotland doing?
I know that's an insult in Scotland, calling somebody a weapon, but but you are a weapon. In the least in some way I can ever say it.
Grant, how you doing, mate?
I'm all right.
These two are nuts. Are you up for some sensible chat? What's your...
I don't know about sensible, but
No. You've not been on the pod in a wee while, so I'm interested to get your thoughts on this game, how it's going to go. Bears fan, NFC, are you going to be rooting for your NFC team, or are you actually going to go against them and support Kansas? What do you think? Or are you going the Christian McCaffrey route? You hope both teams lose?
I'm going that route. I think both teams deserve to lose.
Tell me why. One. I want all the gossip. Go.
I mean, I said it the last time I was on the podcast, it was a while ago, but I still don't think the Eagles have played a full team, a complete team altogether. I think they could very much be
an
overrated team and they get into the Super Bowl. Kansas City, I don't really want them to win because I don't want another team to dominate for a long time unless it's the Chiefs.
But who's Kansas beat? Any not?
But they've played better teams.
And lost.
But they've actually played better teams and competed against them, and they've still got there. They beat the Bengals to get here, who were Super Bowl last team.
Bengals with no line.
Aye, during the game.
Are they better than 49ers?
What? The 49ers had how many quarterbacks in that game? 6? 7? I think I was ready to suit up.
But again, though, at the end of the day, though, as we mentioned on our Eagles podcast, this was the non-contact injuries. At the end of the day, they decided to put a tight end 2 on one of the best pass rushers in the league.
Aye.
And that's what happens. Your QB is going to get absolutely nailed for that. So, come on, you can't just put it all in the fact that, he was injured. Well, he was injured for a bloody good reason, and that was the fact that Eagles pass rush.
Eagles were dirty.
Dirty birds.
Anything to give ourselves the best chance to win.
The way he slammed Josh Jacobs, but Josh Johnson to the ground.
Yep.
Right, okay, right. Tell me then, right, because this is all went a wee bit pro Eagles to start with, right, Scott? Tell me some pro Kansas. What have you got for their point of view? How are they winning this game?
two players, Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce.
And no Pacheco, no Marcus Valdes-Scantling, no Juju
If they're going to
Smith-Schuster.
win, they need to do. They're the big threats.
No.
In my opinion, if they win, they need to be firing on all cylinders. Juju and that will chip in, yes, but Kelsey's just a different beast. There's a wide receiver that plays tight end.
No, that's true.
So it's basically if they play well, they've got a chance. I do think they've got a chance. I'm not denying that, but they need to keep Paddy upright and then see what happens for them.
Kev, Andy Reid is in what he's about fourth Super Bowl or something like that. I've lost count of how many. Nick Sirianni's making his debut. Mahomes is in his third Super Bowl. Hurts is in his first. Is that advantage Kansas?
It should be. It definitely should be. It's obviously a nervous occasion if it's your first one. It's massive. But the way that the Eagles have went through this whole entire season, I think that we've just been really calm, consistent. You know, I don't think that it's going to be an issue for us. I would say that what Scott said is right. It's about two men for Kansas. I think if they're going to do it, I mean, don't get me wrong. Everybody has to perform. Everybody has to play well to win the Super Bowl. And this match is going to be difficult. It's going to be close. But for Kansas, I think that the two key men are going to be Mahomes and Kelce. It's going to be whether they can stop our D-line getting to Mahomes, and then if Kelce can get the ball and do some damage. But I don't think that's going to be enough. I think we've just got too many weapons, too many options, and our O-line and our D-line are too strong. I think we're going to win it.
Confident right there. Mortgage on it.
Yes, mortgage on it.
That's it. You've heard him here.
You get
Don't tell Charlie. No.
You get to move into his house if he's wrong. Right, Grant. Another big factor of this game is going to be Rihanna. What you expected from the halftime show? Wee bit of nip slip. You expect a wee bit of leg. All the hits. What favourite Rihanna hit are you looking forward to most?
I mean, we've not seen her for how long? 6 years. Apparently, she's been busy in that time. Now worth 1.4 billion. So I don't know if she can still sing, but she'll be good to look at.
Could she ever sing?
Debatable. She's sold enough.
She's one of the premium singers of our generation, Scott. I'll have, you treat her with the utmost respect. Thank you.
The videos are always in mute. Just watch that.
I think if you're going to guess though, the amount of artists she's worked with, if you turn around and say, who's going to be the special guest? That's the bet you want to bet on.
Burt Bacharach.
I've got Eminem on my cooking. I think Eminem's going to make I think he's going to make an
even
appearance.
after last year.
Aye, I do.
I know.
Because a lot of her big hits, she's got him in them.
I think it's got to be somebody
Kanye.
out of field.
Calvin Harris.
She's got to get Kanye.
Calvin Harris.
Or just Ye.
Scotland representing. Hey, to be honest, the worst things could happen.
Exactly. He's going to get the big hit there, so he's got a chance.
Well, there you go. Get that in your prop bet for this weekend. But back to the game. I think everybody's basically, the way I look at it anyway, is the Eagles can really win this game by dominating the clock, getting the run game established. Yeah. Do you think Kansas can actually run the ball as well? No, there are limited options. You look at that triple-headed sort of monster in the Eagles backfield with
four-headed monster we've got.
Well, wasn't he going to include Hurts because he's a bit banged up with that shoulder injury. But
yeah,
if you go
he's also a poor man's Justin Fields,
but we now have the fact that Kansas have now got Clyde Edwards-Helaire off of IR.
Right.
We'll see whether he's a healthy scratch or whether he's actually active. But they've got Pacheco there, they've got Jet McKinnon.
Yeah.
Do you think they can actually run the ball effectively and give Mahomes that wee bit of time again? Always helps with the play action. If you've got to defend against the run game, it means sometimes you've got to commit the linebackers. It leaves a bit of soft zone in behind them where you can exploit it with your wide receivers, your tight ends. Do you think, as an Eagles fan, are you worried that they can actually establish the run against that run defense of yours?
Absolutely, got to be. I think in this game, for them to have a chance, they've got to be able to establish a run game. It's going to be very, very important that we stop them establishing it. And it does, it's going to be huge whether Edwards-Helaire gets involved or not. Because if he doesn't, it's Pacheco on his own, or Pacheco and McKinnon.
Ronald Jones is there.
Well, I'm a Rojo fantasy owner. I'm never giving the guy up. I believe in him. I think he's going to come good. But no, if it's Pacheco and Jet on their own, I think they're going to struggle. I think they need Edwards-Helaire, and if they do have him and they can get a run game established, like you say, it gives our defense another threat that they need to concentrate on, and it does open up the pass game a lot more for Mahomes. And as we know, they've obviously got Kelsey as an option, and their wide receivers are good. I don't think they're as good as what we've got. I don't think they're AJ Brown, DeAndre Smith, but they're decent. So if we've got if we've got to be looking out for the run and Kelsey and that, then it's going to make things really difficult for us. But like I said, I hope our defense can just hammer them, stop the run, and then make it a lot easier for us.
Scud, I'll come at you first, but this is basically a question for you all. And we'll go through just one at a time, kind of briefly. The last two Super Bowls in Phoenix, Arizona, saw a very fluky David Tyree somehow cheat his way to a helmet catch, right? Which we all know should have been flagged for holding on the offensive line right before it was done. But anyway, that still happened. It was a memorable play. The second Super Bowl after that was one superb play by Malcolm Butler on the touchline against the Seattle Seahawks as the Patriots went on to secure the fourth Super Bowl and the second part of the dynasty.
But you've got to run the ball in that situation, surely.
Right, well, we're not getting into that, right? It was just great defensive play. But what I want to know is that it set itself up for another play of just being outrageous. Something's going to happen. Who do you think is going to make that outrageous play? I'm putting you in the spot here. It's something I know you've not really had a chance to think about, but
when I said earlier, my thing was keeping Holmes upright, but I'm going with Reddick to strip sack and take it back for a pick six.
There you go. Right, so right, Kev, what about you? What do you think is going to happen? Who's got to be the difference maker, but is not known? It's not a Kelsey, it's not a Mahomes.
It's AJ. It's AJ Brown.
But what's he got to do? Tell me the story. Tell me how it's going to play out. You've Back to the Future here.
It's not going to be. I don't think it's going to be a shock to anybody because he's been doing it all season. But he's going to come up with a ridiculous catch, a ridiculous play. He's going to take us, 50, 60 yards down the field, or he's going to come up with a ridiculous touchdown, and that's going to, just keep the game going in the Eagles' favour.
Yourself, Grant, have you got any thoughts on it? Or Kansas got to run a Philly, or Philly? Got to run a Philly? Are they going to call it the Philly?
It could possibly. I think he's due a game, and I think Pacheco could have a game here. I think he could make a play because nobody's expecting him to run on that D line of the Eagles. All he needs is to break a couple of lines, and he could make a couple of big plays. He's been warming up near the end of the season. He's been starting to get a bit of traction behind him. I think this could be the game.
So you don't think it's going to be like a Sky Moore with a 92-yard kickoff return in the first kickoff, like David Hester versus the Colts back in the day?
Is David Hester Devon's bro?
David Hester. We're all Hester fans here. I've been one too many.
I would just like to say that he missed out in the Hall of Fame, and it's an absolute travesty as well.
It is a disgrace. Here's to David and David.
Danny's a Storage Wars fan.
Who was this? That big green well? Open it up, green well.
I do think there's room for a game like that for Kansas City. It's the weakness that everybody's seeing. The run game, we all know what the pass game will do. Mahomes will do what he does. Nobody's expecting a lot for that run game. It's been the one thing that you would probably look at them and go, they've kind of passed as doing the bare minimum all season. Like, because you've got Mahomes at quarterback, you don't need them to do a lot. But this could be the game that Andy Reid being the way it is, suddenly turns around and goes, we're going to run this right down their neck. This is what we're going to do. We're going to push this down the line.
Pacheco better be Ant-Man if he's looking for holes in our D-line.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I was going to say something else. You continue, right? I'm live, I'm not saying that. But,
He's going to have to be Ant-Man if he's looking for holes in our D-line. Like, he ain't running the ball down off roads.
really? Because there's one thing you struggled obviously early in the season.
I feel
and then,
that
you've got Ndamukong Suh coming in, you've got Linval Joseph coming in to help.
Quinn. Yeah.
And Quinty King, but
I felt that way early in the season, and I did say in one of the podcasts mid-season that I was worried when we played the Titans that Derrick Henry was going to run all over us, but I think we've tightened right up, and I'm not concerned at all.
right, let's do it around the table before we finish up here. We're going to pass on to the lesser crew to talk through, which I'm pretty sure is going to be very Chiefs biased, given some of the crew members are going to join. But right, Scud, prediction time then.
31-24 Eagles.
31-24. Oh, 7 points in it. Kev.
Yeah, I was probably going to go something similar. 33-21 Eagles.
G-Man.
I'm going to go 27-24 Chiefs.
Oh, I'm 27-24 Eagles, but that's just me. We'll see what happens there. Right, we'll be back in 2 shakes of a little lamb's tail as we do a wee switcheroo here. Get the rest of the crew on. Keith will be back. Have a cracking Super Bowl, folks. Enjoy it. Well, it's got to be a long 6 months.
Right, hello and welcome to the Irn-Cru podcast. This is our tailgating episode as we are preparing for Super Bowl 57. We've got the majority of the crew out tonight. I am joined in descending, one to left to right for anyway. Big Chief himself is here, representing the colours of his team. Looking forward to tonight, no doubt. I've got Ross, Studs, Sterling. Studs, how are you?
Yeah, man, all good. As I've mentioned all week, butterflies are going, so just looking forward to the game tonight. Hopefully it's a blowout for the Chiefs and I can relax and enjoy the game. But I can't see it. I think it's going to be a tight one.
Fantastic. The rest of us, we don't really have a stake in this game at all, do we? Just I think we're wanting both teams to get beat. Is that right? I'm joined also by Patrick Houston, resident Jets fan.
No, I think we just enjoy tonight. It doesn't matter who wins. I think it's a good dry run for the Jets next season. So let's see how it goes.
And speaking of dry runs, heading over to Brian Donlan from the far north of Scotland.
We can all agree. What we're really looking forward to is the Jets Browns Super Bowl that's coming next year. All we really want tonight is a 75-75 draw. That's what we know is coming. It's been prophesied by me. It's gonna be the thing. 75-75. No defense at all. Just all offense, and somehow it'll be a draw. So we played flag football. Yeah, I'm. Listen, we all enjoy Pro Bowl weekend. Why not?
That's the future. Did you know why?
That's the future of the game. That's how change back Chris Jones bet.
We're looking forward to an incredible night. One thing that we are going to do at this section of the recording is we'll be making the draw for the prizes that we've planned. We've had loads and loads of response for that. Thank you very much for taking part. Over 100 people have got in touch.
Only 97 of the respondents were me as well, which was incredible that we've actually managed to get 3 other folk to respond.
Brian Donovan, 973, 974. Yeah. So we'll do that draw live. Before we do that, though, I'm looking for how you're feeling the game's going to go. I'll come to you last, Because I don't know, but I'm going to start with Brian first of all. Brian, Browns fan, you have, of course, been to many Super Bowls yourself.
All of them, every single one, as a devoted fan of football.
How do you see this game going then?
But I need to actually be serious now, don't I? I need to stop saying 75-75 draw. For me, I called it last night in the Twitter space we were talking about my ludicrously specific prediction. I think it's going to be reasonably tight. I do see the Eagles taking it by a touchdown. That is a one score victory for the Eagles. I think we're going to have a late Butker field goal to tie it all up. And then the Eagles are going to charge down the field. They're going to get that last minute touchdown to take the win.
Do you know that would be an incredible way to end, which has been such a ridiculous season for drama.
Yeah,
I'm sure Studs agree with that. He's right back for a big time.
Studs' heart's already doing this. Hearing me talk is just making them worse.
It'll be big this up a wee bit too much, Patrick, because that's just going to be a defensive on top, under 20 points each game. What do you think?
Well, I think probably myself included have all been saying this is going to be all offense. We're going to see a shootout. We're going to see a high-scoring game. Tight game, but high-scoring game. But the twos are we're all dismissing the fact that the two of them have got really good defenses. And Kansas probably have got a worse defense. Let's all be fair and frank there. But during the playoffs, it's got better. It's got a lot better. And they've shown that. They've come up against some really good sides in the playoff run, and they've coped with no bother. And that's where, for me, that's the difference between the Chiefs and the Eagles are. The Eagles have had an easy run to the final.
Yes.
They have. I mean, all fairness, they have. I mean, and you can only beat who's in front of you, but they battered the Giants. They took the second half off against the Giants.
What the viewers can't see is that both Kev and Murdo are furious with us all at the same time. Here,
there's no point being annoyed about it. He's done well to get there, but he's get battered. I mean, that's a fair enough statement. I mean,
I say I'm a Seahawks
against the Niners were banged up, and fair enough, the Eagles banged them up. We get that, but again, they were able to take the second half off. So the Eagles are this a lot fresher, and that's where I think the Eagles have probably got the edge going into the game because they have got the fresher They've got the fresher team going into the final. But as much as we're going for a shootout and a really tight game, high-scoring game, I think the defences of both teams have been brilliant. And I think a lot of us are just underplaying that a wee bit too much.
That's something you said on the preview pod that we did earlier in the week, is that there's not been enough respect put on the name of the Kansas City Chiefs defence. Do you still feel that's the way it certainly is in the room to...
Well, you get 30 seconds defence in the Chiefs defence. What more do you want?
Listen, if their defence off the field in 30 seconds, I will be absolutely delighted. That's a very short period of time for Jalen Hurts to throw a touchdown. So, it's, no, I do think it has been the way, and I know Brad obviously touched on it within the Kansas pod as well, and the fact that Spags probably divides a lot of kind of Chiefs fans in the sense of the early portions of the season, and you're seeing people saying, no, Spags needs to go, that's him, he's had his time. But consistently over the last three seasons, you can see the defence getting better as the season goes on, and none more so than this season when we've had so many rookies in that starting defence. You can see these guys really maturing on the field and making big plays, from Watson to his pick six return against the Chargers, to Cook with that wee flick off of the Joe Burrow pass for Watson to intercept to stop T. Higgins getting the ball. These guys are maturing in that secondary. So I don't think there's enough respect on the Chiefs defence. And again, obviously Chris Jones has the potential to be a game maker every time he steps on that field. The guy's just an absolute giant. Right, hang on, folks, because we're getting ready to start the Kansas City drinking game. So, on the other side of the ball, Studs, would you like to make any comment about anything that might give you a chance?
You're determined for me to say one thing, and I know exactly what it is.
I'm just setting this up, mate. What you do, it's absolutely your own business.
If history has shown us anything, it is, and it's that age-old drinking game. If you've got Mahomes on the field, you've got a chance.
Right, everybody, that's 2 shots each. You've all heard that. Get started now.
So just to keep Brian happy. So, but no, that's true. Again, Mahomes has shown if he's took the starter's job in Kansas, what he can do with that on the field. Obviously, he's slightly banged up. He's had a week off to
carve a peg leg.
Aye, carve a peg leg, as you were saying last night as well. But he's had an extra week off recovery. So, is he going to be more mobile than he was against the Bengals? I would like to think so. And again, that's when Mahomes is probably at his most dangerous, when he's doing these ad hoc plays and he's got such a almost psychic connection with Kelsey. It's like schoolyard football.
You know,
they really just keep moving around.
But one thing I heard about Patrick Mahomes is in the run-up to the Bengals game was that he was kind of holding back a wee bit in training. But this week he's been absolutely balling out. He is prepared for this. He's putting other players to shame, because all season we heard how high ankle sprains, that was the detriment to our fantasy teams. There were players that were getting dropped left, right and centre because that was them out for 4-6 weeks. Now Patrick Mahomes is the Superman that he is back and he's ready to go. And there was no way he was going to miss the biggest match of the season to showcase his talents. Only him and Tom Brady have made three Super Bowls in the first 6 years. Is this the changing of the guard with Tom Brady retiring and a possible moment for Patrick Mahomes to take that
Say
mantle,
the D word. Say the D word.
take that mantle and become, what is it, dynamic?
Dynasty.
Go for it.
Is it? Custom now.
You want me to answer that?
I'll go for Patrick first. Patrick, you
to have a
I'd
chat.
love to hear what you say.
So I think everything that you've said previously in Studs has waxed lyrical about this past, bloody, 5 years. Pat Mahomes and Travis Kelce are brilliant together, and you're right, that dynamic and that could win any game. And Patrick Mahomes this year is absolutely undoubtedly for me MVP. 100% before the Super Bowl even kicks off.
Yep.
Are they a dynasty team?
Here comes
for
from the
me,
Jets fan.
For me, no. I think there's a lot of. I think Travis Kelce in himself is a unicorn. We all know that, but he's getting on a bit. And he's not going to be around forever. And once he's gone, can they replace him? That's a big thing for me. For me, if Brian, give me a minute.
Sorry, mate.
I'll come in a
But
Let me speak,
Aye,
caller.
but for me, it's not about whether or not this is a Chiefs dynasty stand. I mean, I think the Chiefs have had a really great couple of years, and obviously they get to Super Bowl again, and they've got a really good chance of winning this year. But I think if the Eagles win it this year, and the team they've got, and the way they're set up, and the if you look at their offense and look at their O-line and their defense, they win this year, and they could easily be set up as the next dynasty.
Patrick's got the horn for Travis Kelce, but he's absolutely right. The way that they are set up, unicorn. See,
we're not on Keith's intellectual level.
Absolutely. He's absolutely right, though. The amount of weapons that the Eagles have got in offense there, plus Hurts is just really beginning to flower as a quarterback. Second time in 5 years that they've reached the Super Bowl. Can you see this be a dynasty-defining moment for the Eagles, Brian?
Nah, for the Eagles, I don't. I don't. I'll qualify the difference. So, the Eagles have made 2 Super Bowls in 5 years. That's fair enough. The first one wasn't with Hurts. It was a whole other team. It was a whole other reality.
Big Dick Nick.
Aye, that was a whole other thing. And this is to be fair.
And they've rebuilt quickly.
They have rebuilt quickly. They're an absolute lesson to the. Hey, listen, as the long-suffering Browns fan, how you rebuild a team is you do what the Eagles did. You don't do what we did, which is when you hire all sorts of subpar quarterbacks. God, I love you, Baker.
How did they manage to get Baker at their Super Bowl chat?
It's the only way Baker can mention for the Super Bowl conversation.
Tom of the Browns, the Super Bowl conversation.
But right, to bring it back to the Super Bowl. So for me, the whole chat about dynasty isn't actually about Mahomes. And I'm going to lean into the Pats dynasty side of it. It's not about a quarterback. It's about a quarterback head coach combination. Because this is what we're talking about Mahomes as if he's like some seasoned, aged veteran. He's what, 25, 26? He's 26, right? So he's still young in quarterback terms.
He's 5 years in. So
Yeah,
when do you
he's
consider a
young
veteran a five-year NFL startup?
Yeah, so exactly. So Mahomes is still a young quarterback. If he can go the distance with Andy Reid, then that's what I'll consider there being. So if they win the Super Bowl tonight, and Andy Reid's kicking about for the long term, if Pat's kicking about for the long term, not you, mate, sorry.
I'm gone.
Hopefully he's still kicking about now. He's signed a big contract extension with the Jets. Sadly, it's all about a rebuild. If Mahomes can stick about it, then I'll consider that a dynasty. They win this one tonight, then you've got Andy Reid, you've got Patrick Mahomes. That is the beginning of a dynasty. Lots of question marks around the Chiefs, around wide receiver, etc. We all know that. We've talked about it. But that's the 2 big pieces you need. Dynamic head coach, dynamic quarterback. The rest will fall into place for me. This isn't dynasty in the making.
Will you starting the chat about dynasty at 2:30 this morning?
If I could still see, probably. But it's listen, I kind of poo-pooed the dynasty chat on the actual Chiefs podcast, to be honest. Then that's when obviously Brad kind of stepped in. I was like, you're listening to Brad, so if we're saying it's not a dynasty, right? You've got Pat Mahomes, 5 years in the AFC Championship, 3 Super Bowls. Should have been 4 if it wasn't for fucking D Ford. But
not that you're bitter.
Not that I'm bitter about it at all. But again, 5 years in the AFC Championship and at Arrowhead for the Arrowhead Invitational.
If you say that once more, that's another drink. Get a drink every day. Another one.
Ultimately for me, it comes down to winning Super Bowls, right? We've been there twice. We've won one, lost one. Third time in there. To start the dynasty chat, we need to win tonight, to be honest. So it's if we win tonight, you're certainly making the right steps. I can see where Pat's coming from. I think the setup of the Eagles puts them in a good place to potentially get down that route as well if they win tonight. Hopefully they don't. But again, you've then got sort of PDG Brown, you've got Devontae Smith and Hurts. Can you afford to pay both of them? We know the cap is flexible, to say the least, and that's me being probably polite about it. You've got Hassan Reddick in there. You've also Fletcher Cox probably coming to the end. Kelsey's coming to the end. You'd imagine in the next couple of seasons. They've got Jurgens in there to replace Kelsey, who again coming from the college I kind of follow as well, Nebraska. He's probably a good replacement, especially with working with Kelsey. So I can see where Pat's coming from.
I think the thing as well, as Grant just also mentioned in the chat, it's like Eagles have got 2 first rounders this year as well.
That's a big one. To be fair, even I'm not considering that. That's we
had 2 first round picks this year as well, and we've steadied our D as well. So that it's all about what you do with those picks and can they step in. Just because you've got 2 first rounders doesn't necessarily mean you're going to have good players.
Not everyone's a Zach Wilson.
First round picks are always incredible, regardless of which players you pick.
Who
Definitely.
did the Eagles pick ahead of Justin Jefferson?
Rieger.
Rieger. Oh,
Aye,
that one worked out for them. Who's Rieger?
Jalen, the rattlesnake Rieger.
So
He's a work in progress.
another team.
A development name.
So it's first round picks are great for obviously strengthening your team. And now I'll even as much as I'm obviously picking the Eagles, Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Everybody thought that was a great pick by us. I had another weight into Mahomes. It's not really worked out.
No, it's
And
not.
Because he
again,
doesn't
it's a
have
first
functional
round
knees.
pick. So as I say, it's
One might
First
will be
round
the Eagles, though, is that in the past 5 years they've shown that they can build a team.
100%.
And maybe they'll have a wee bit more time to do it.
We say that as if the
Quicker.
Chiefs can't build a team. And I can't believe I'm fighting the Chiefs corner.
And
Good
victory
Lord.
trust.
No, with the going to finish off with your predictions for the game, the fixture we're looking forward to. But first of all, what do our draw now? So from the 102 names
Here we go, ladies
that
and
they
gents.
got involved with. So thanks very much to everyone who took part. And the first one out the
Patrick.
is Mickey G 1961 at Mickey G 1961. We'll get in touch with you. You have won an NFL Nike game match, I think a game shirt of your choice. So we'll get in touch with you, send you a wee DM, and you can pick what you want. We'll get it to you within the next 3 to 5 years.
Hope you enjoy your Baker Mayfield jersey, mate. Baker Mayfield jersey, winging its way to you right now. Aye, Panthers one. Panthers Mayfield jersey.
Doesn't need to be Baker Mayfield, Mikey, just to be clear.
Come on. It can be Baker Mayfield, but any of the teams he's played for.
Right, Mickey, thank you. And next winner is... Drum roll, please.
Oh, here we are. Prize 2. We've got...
Fat Eeyore. I was hoping it was one of
Yeah.
them.
There's no need to be sad anymore. You've
Fat
won a
Eeyore.
prize.
Fat Eeyore will be smiling inside. And
We've won the bobble hat.
that is the bobble hat. And the winner of the Wilson NFL ball is
That's not the
You only win it if you can catch it.
Simon Kittle.
Oh, George's brother.
George's
brother.
He's tuned in.
Can't believe we got that entry for.
So thank you very
It's not
much.
like George is busy.
Aye, be fair, George doesn't say much today, did
Thank you very much to Mickey G 1961, Fat Eeyore, Simon Kittle, and everyone who had recently followed us. We'll just check, make sure you guys are definitely still following us. And we'll
Stipulations apply.
DM you the results. Thanks very much. Before we finish up, then, guys, I'm looking for your predictions for tonight. Who do we think is going to make the secret appearance with Rihanna? And who's going to be the game changer, the difference maker tonight? Brian, I'm going to start with you.
Right, my secret appearance with Rihanna. Do you know what? I'm going to go box office. I'm going to go. Somebody thought it'll be the Proclaimers. No, imagine it was. I said it was the Proclaimers. No, I'm going to say I'm going to go proper box office. I'm going to say Beyonce is going to make some mega surprise appearance alongside her. Queen Bee. Queen Bee. That's a very Super Bowl. Very, very out there. They kept under wraps.
She's not got a tour coming up, so that
She's in a lot in Dubai at the minute. I believe I heard. That's as close as I come to celebrity news. By the way, folks.
A whole lot of diva for our screens tonight. What about the game? Who's going to be the difference maker?
Difference maker, right? I'm going to go. So I do think it's going to be an Eagles victory. I think it's going to be Jalen Hurts, and I'm going to be really specific. I think it's going to be Jalen Hurts' rushing ability. Don't think it's going to be on the pass. I think he's going to be using those legs.
Finally, what's the score going to be?
31-23.
Patrick,
Yes.
who's making a halftime appearance for you?
I don't know. I think my knowledge of pop culture is even less than Brian's. Is Frank Sinatra talking about?
Simon and Garfunkel, mate. Simon and Garfunkel.
By the way, I'm not being funny, but Simon Garfunkel come in my head when you said Proclaimers.
I was genuinely thinking earlier on that it might be a wee Eminem type thing, a wee double take, but someone mentioned it earlier on. So
He's a big favourite with the bookies.
yeah, so I was thinking along those lines as well.
Difference maker for the game this evening?
Well, I think it might be Jerick McKinnon.
Oh,
Wee left field one.
Outside. That's a good
Wee left one. I think Pacheco's going to do his angry runs, and in between, McKinnon's going to pick up the yardage.
All those catches at the backfield.
Now, does that mean they're going to win? I don't know. but it means they're going to be tight. It's got to keep it close.
It's going to make your next question hard then if you don't know if that
Oh,
helps.
there we go.
Score then is going to be Patrick.
I'm still taking the Eagles. By a score, I would say, I don't know.
So Jerry McKinnon's going to fumble it. And
No. I think Jerry McKinnon's got to keep this game close. I think Pacheco, as I say, is going to make the hard yards. McKinnon's going to pick up the touchdowns in the end. I would say by a score, I'd say 27-21.
Oh,
Good man.
sounds like a good game.
Studs, to you, half time.
I'm not going to go as obvious as Eminem. I'm going to go Chris Brown. And I know
Who's that?
well, I did actually have a joke. I did have a joke about Chris Brown. I knew
That one's not pod suitable.
They have reconciled.
They
They have reconciled. They've moved on, which is good on us.
good. So
Bigger women than I.
I'll go with Chris Brown making a surprise appearance.
It'll be a hell of a surprise.
It would be. So for game changer.
Game changer.
Go on, say it. We all know what you're thinking.
What, Caelan Saunders? No, I do hope he scores a touchdown. I did mention that last night. I want to see Caelan Saunders scoring an offensive touchdown. A thick boy touchdown, I think I called it on right. Sorry, a thick boy touchdown. I would love to see
Eligible
that.
receiver is.
Mate, we've done it once this year. He has come out for an offensive start.
That would be good.
So I do actually think, and as much as Murdo will hate this, I think Tony's going to have an influence in this game. But I'm going to actually jump on the back of the bandwagon to my youngest Harris, and I'm going to go for Pacheco. Eagles' run defence is obviously more than stout, but I think Pacheco's going to have a big say in this game. And for me, obviously, I'm going against the boys. I'm going Chiefs for the victory, and as much as I would love it to be a 43-7 as I claimed earlier on in the week, I think it's going to be a lot closer, and I will go 34-31.
Big score.
That is going to be an incredible game to watch. I think I'll go for Calvin Harris making a surprise appearance.
That is a shout.
Half time, biggest DJ in the world, of course. Bit of Scotland representing
Good
there.
Scottish lad.
For
Scotland in the Super Bowl.
That's why we're here. And if he is, can we get tickets next year, please? For my difference maker, I'm going to go for MVS. MVS.
Wow.
That would be a difference
Mahomes
maker.
loves to spread
So I was
it
going
out.
bold.
He loves to spread the love. I think he's going to catch him off guard because as good as the Eagles D is, I don't think Indy's expecting MVS to make him.
Who's going to cover MVS?
He's a deep threat every time.
But he was a big player against the Bengals, over 100 yards against the Bengals.
And
Can't catch him. Tried it in Detroit.
I'll go 31-28 for my score prediction.
For the...
To the Kansas City Chiefs.
Oh, down the middle is a bit of 11.
We've had it here.
We're all about level and balance.
Wherever you're watching, I hope you have a fantastic evening. We're going to be watching it in Glasgow here. Join it with pals and look forward to hearing how it goes. Everybody has a wonderful night. Get your daft bets on. What's the one you're going for?
The one I've got
Jesus.
just now, this will probably take another half hour.
Guys,
So-
this is one for the mortgage. This is repay all your mortgages.
Right.
It's a guarantee.
I have asked for a Caelan Saunders offensive touchdown, but I'm waiting to hear back on that one. The other one I've went for is Chiefs win. The opening kickoff not to be a touchback. Red or pink Gatorade bath. Jalen Hurts anytime touchdown. Kelsey anytime touchdown. Pacheco anytime touchdown. Chris Jones 1 sack at least. And Pacheco over
yards.
75 yards and Pacheco for the MVP.
And how much do you get for your 10 pence?
I have no idea. I'm waiting to hear back. So from
Mortgage
the
defining.
from the betting company that I've contacted, I'm waiting on you, and I'll spend my money.
That has been the Gridiron Crew. We hope you have a fantastic evening, and for all of us, enjoy Super Bowl 57.
All the best.
Cheers, folks.
Go Birds! Go Birds! What are the Beagles?